name is Sasha, and by the time you're watching this, I would have turned 17 years old, meaning that in just a year, I'll be preparing to graduate high school, be able to buy fireworks legally, vote, and finally retire my status as a child. I'm caught in a transitional space, being between youth and adulthood, responsibility and permission. But for Black girls, that space often doesn't really exist. We are frequently perceived as older, less innocent, and more capable than we truly are. This video explores the adultification of Black girls and the social, emotional, and systemic cost of being denied a childhood. Before beginning, what exactly is adultification and adultification bias? According to WebMD, at its core, adultification is about adults treating children like they are more mature than they actually are. It can have damaging effects, and the bias part about it is the fact that they are particularly more likely to be Black children. Black girls are often perceived as older and less innocent in comparison to their same-age white peers. This phenomenon would be an example of adultification bias. It leads to Black girls being seen as less nurturing, protected, and supported. In 2017, the Georgetown Law Center on Poverty and Inequality issued a report on the topic, titled Girlhood Interrupted, the Erasure of Black Girls' Childhood. The report states that adultification is ultimately a form of dehumanization that robs Black children of their innocence and contributes to a false narrative that Black youth transgressions are intentionally malicious, instead of the result of immature decision-making, the key characteristic seen in childhood. These perceptions begin as early as age 5 and contribute to the harsher disciplinary actions and fewer opportunities for Black girls in schools. A quote from a teacher captured by a recent study by Professor Edward Morris says, "They think they are adults too, and they try to act like they have control sometimes." Such comments demonstrate the stereotypes as Black girls are interpreted as loud and sassy, with adult-like aspirations and perceived as threats. In the same study, teachers recorded Black girls as exhibiting very mature behavior, socially but not academically sophisticated, and controlling at a very young age. This interpretation of Black girls' outspokenness can be associated with the stereotypes that Black women have faced throughout history, noting them as loud and aggressive, contributing to the angry Black woman stereotype, otherwise known as the sapphire, meaning that Black women are emasculating, loud, aggressive, stubborn, and unfeminine. The adultification in Black girls is rooted in deep historical stereotypes that portray them as hypersexual and aggressive. These narratives have been perpetrated over time, influencing how Black girls have been treated in various institutions. Recognizing and challenging these stereotypes is essential to addressing the biases that Black girls face. In her book Push Out, Dr. Monique Morris discusses how Black girls are disproportionately punished, leading to a higher risk of dropping out of school and becoming entangled with the juvenile justice system. Although in her book, Morris mainly talks of criminalization and how adultification affects Black girls in legal systems, she also draws meaningful connections that relate to the educational system as well. For example, a quote from the book says, "A 2007 study found that teachers often perceived Black girls as being loud, defiant, and precocious, and that Black girls were more likely than their white or Latina peers to be reprimanded for being unladylike." But why exactly does adultification really matter? From an early age, Black girls are not seen as children, but more as miniature adults, expected to be strong, responsible, and resilient far beyond their years. Adultification strips them of their innocence and the protection that childhood should bring. The psychological toll is also profound as well. Feelings of isolation, chronic stress, and suppressed emotion have become a trend in Black female adolescents. They're disciplined instead of nurtured, misunderstood instead of supported. Over time, adultification bias erodes self-worth, breeds anxiety, and shapes a worldview in which softness feels unsafe. An article from Ohio State University's College of Arts and Sciences called upon assistant professor Ashley Smith, who specializes in Black girlhood studies, to give her personal anecdotes on the topic. For a long time, I kind of blamed myself for some of my experiences in the world based on my skin color, and started to dislike the person who I was just because I was treated differently. This thought process can be seen as the beginning of victim blaming. Victim blaming has a long history, but it digs deeper with Black girls who are held to different standards. An article from universitygirls.com by Orezimena Ugbogu states, "Society has always held Black women to a different standard, and this has been the case for as long as I can remember. Growing up in predominantly white environments, I often lacked the benefit of the doubt given to others. I was always to be beyond exceptional when enforcing that constraint that did not apply to others. Before I learned to walk, I had to reach unattainable expectations of beauty, success, and intelligence. Even now, I obsess over minor details, losing 4 points on an assignment when I still received an A, being second late to class when I'm always early, or overanalyzing every interaction to ensure I did not come across as too forceful, too submissive, or persistently not enough. The constant pressure to adhere to such standards with lack of support can take significant psychological tolls on Black girls. They may experience increased stress, anxiety, and diminished sense of self-worth. Addressing these mental health challenges requires a supportive environment that acknowledges and counters the effects of adultification bias. Taking the chance to create spaces that affirm the identities of Black girls is crucial for their development and well-being. Programs that focus on leadership, self-expression, and cultural affirmation can help counteract the negative effects of adultification bias. Empowering Black girls to embrace their full selves fosters resilience and a sense of belonging. Assistant Professor Ashley Smith at Ohio State University has conducted research leading to the formation of an after-school group called Black Girl Magic that she created with other Black women, where they worked with middle school girls and could focus on their identity and discuss what it felt like to be a young Black girl. They also engaged the girls in activities like art making, yoga, journaling, double dutch, roller skating, and circle conversations as a way to foster their own Black girl joy. Reclaiming Black girlhood involves challenging the narratives that have long suppressed it. By acknowledging the unique experiences of Black girls and providing them with the support they deserve, we as a society can create a future where they are free to explore, grow, and thrive without the burdens of unjust expectations.